Morning, Steve Freed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, it's finally Friday. Today it's dark and dreary and wet in Chicago, seems to be the norm. A little bit of flooding around the area, and this front should move out for the weekend, but another front could move back in early next week. The interesting part about most of the weather models, they have a high pressure ridge moving back from the southwest into the Midwest late next week, and maybe extending into July 4th and maybe even July 7th. So if I'm a corn plant in central Illinois on our farm, things are good. Crop looks like a record crop, but it could use a break from all this rain. Then in July, we should need normal rains, and August, cooler temperatures. The bean crop is the one that's probably under the most stress. Soybeans hate wet feet, and so you're hearing talk about things just not going as well, that this bean crop could use some dry weather, but maybe not too much hot weather. And then there are a few cases of some of the disease popping up that you get when you have too much rain in the soybean crop. Shouldn't affect the overall crop outlook, especially if we start getting drier weather. The main factor outside of weather is tariffs. Yesterday there was a rumor that President of the United States might have put tariffs on all $500 billion of Chinese imports. Caused some weakness in our stock market, offered some weakness in the beans. Overnight stocks are higher and crude's higher despite talk of OPEC adding production, and the dollar's a little bit lower. Beans are higher, while corn's unchanged and wheat's a little bit lower. Not a lot of people are suggesting that people add short positions at these price levels in the grains unless the U.S. imposed tariffs on China. So we'll be watching any news out of Washington concerning that, and we'll also be watching the weather. Yesterday the House passed the new Farm Bill for 5 years, includes crop insurance and offers support programs. The House bill includes work requirements for food stamp recipients. Now the Senate will consider its own farm bill, and there's no major changes to the Supplemental Nutrition Assist Program. So that's a big difference in the farm bill. So we'll see how they compromise on that. Also, the EPA is considered delaying its anticipated announcement today on the 2019 renewable fuel volumes as it re-examined plans to force larger refiners to make up for gallons exempt at smaller plants. So again, two big factors, I think short term for renewable fuel standards, long term for the farm bill is kind of up in the air right now. So again, I think in general, corn and wheat prices are undervalued given the fundamentals. Soybeans could be a little overvalued given a bigger U.S. crop and a rebound in next year's Brazil crops. There may be less Chinese demand for soybeans and protein in their hog rations, but we'll just kind of see what Washington and Beijing want to do about tariffs. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trade.